So today we are here, Shagnik and Devoshmita, and you are watching us. Thank you so much. You're watching Ujjwal Discussion. This particular podcast is available exclusively on Ujjwal Discussion. You can find more podcasts like that. I have done that with my students. This time it's a new setup. Thanks to Devoshmita, we are doing it at Devoshmita's house. Her mother didn't mind. Okay, her mother was saying that as long as my daughter is speaking English, do whatever you want to, right? So we took that advantage, and I got Shagnik's help because he's super confident. Like whenever I have less confidence in my life, I look at him or I just look at his WhatsApp DP and I get the confidence. All right, so he's the confidence booster for me. So now you can't feel it because we are just doing it in person. We know Shagnik in person, so for that reason we feel confident. Like we are not confident. Devoshmita and I are totally underconfident because Shagnik is here, and that's why we feel that we are safe. If we have any less supply of confidence, we can borrow some confidence from Shagnik. Okay, we have done enough nonsense here. So let's start our discussion. So guys, today's discussion is going to be very interesting because we are going to talk a lot about what spoken English learners should do. And trust me guys, I was thinking about this last night. Even I was in bed. I texted you at 12 a.m. Yes, because I was thinking about the questions and how would be the podcast and conversation. So then I came here this morning for this video, and Devoshmita disappointed me. She said, "Sir, do you really have to shoot this video?" She prayed to God, and our microphone was not working, by the way. Okay, she prayed, and we worked hard, and we kept on working hard, and we have made this thing possible. So Shagnik, jokes apart, you have been learning English for a while. We have done a lot of fun. You are so cooperative and very much energetic individual. I want to know, Shagnik, that do you have anything different to tell us or the audience about spoken English? Because what is spoken English? Is spoken English about the status? Is spoken English about getting a job, or is spoken English about something else?
First of all, spoken English is very much important. It is not isn't status, but in everyone's life, spoken English learning is necessary. Because when I learn 10th class, I write some English paragraphs, letters, but cannot speak English thoroughly. But when I came to our trainers, Ujjwal Das, our confidence level is very high. I cannot
express these in words. The kind of confidence he got from. Actually, it's totally false. He gave us confidence. Like I came here, I got confidence from him. I was totally inferior about what I was doing as a trainer. But as soon as Shagnik came into the class, our Devoshmita got some hope. He was like, yes. Now I was being taught by a very dull and bad teacher. Now Shagnik filled the blank. So Devoshmita, I just want to know that your opinion about spoken English. When I met you for the first time, your brother was there. We just had a very casual conversation. How was your first day experience?
First of all, I was very nervous because I didn't know you, and I was nervous how will be the teacher. But when I met you and when we started to talk, we started the conversation, I felt very good and energetic, and I get the chance to speak freely English because I never got this chance before. So that was a very good
sign.
It was a very good day for you, experience for you, of course. And one thing that astonished me as well as your brother was your English. Like when I asked your brother that, did you ever listen your sister speaking in English? He said no. Like this is happening for the first time. So you kept it in yourself. You knew how to speak English, but you never shared that.
No.
And when I heard that for the first time, I knew that now I should not introduce any grammar thing to you. So, do you want to say anything more about this grammar part? Like we did a 10 minutes of a session last time where we talked about grammar, but we want to talk about this thing in detail because it's a podcast video now. What do you think? Do you think that grammar is an obstacle when it comes to learning English, spoken English?
No, not that much. If somebody don't know properly, then it's important. But if a person already know how to
Make a
grammatical
Hmm.
things, so it's not that much necessary for them to learn grammar.
Then what's the obstacle here?
Obstacle is confidence.
Confidence, which you don't have right now.
And he's making me low confidence.
No, I'm just making it as fun as possible. I'm sorry. So yeah. So you please share more about it if you think that any obstacle that comes in the way of speaking English.
Listening.
Listening, like you were saying that listening, like people listen to English videos less. That's why they can't speak English fluently. Any other things? No. All right. Thank you so much. Now it's Shagnik. I'm very looking forward to asking you this question. That grammar. Have you always been a confident student when it came to grammar? Still, when you look at your grammar knowledge, do you feel like yes, I'm very confident?
I am very confident, but I have a mistake. Because our HS exam contains 10 marks of grammar. This is very less. So our teacher is fully concentrated mostly on text. The grammar side is on the back side. So this side is lacks of grammar. We practice grammar in our home, but we have a mistake in doing the grammar.
Like grammar is taken seriously when it comes to academic
Yes.
education, but even we limit it to narration change and voice change. Like if you go and take the test of any random student from class 5 to class 12 of 10s,
They don't know.
They don't know.
Don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like
This is
school is not focusing on the basic tense.
All voice change narration we learn from class 6 to till class 12.
Yeah. And if your tense
This is
not
hilarious.
hilarious, and if your tense is not
Tense is not,
okay, then you can't solve narration.
If
change
you
in
have
voice.
written them, one page writing, they cannot do that.
Yes.
Because our grammar skill is applicable when we were writing a paragraph or story.
So true. So
Voice change narration, transformation, this is not a marks.
like
This is only
applicable
for
things in real life. That's what you were trying to say. Like when you speak English, how many times do you say voice change? Like do you apply passive voice?
no.
Very
we,
less.
we are always say active voice.
Active voice, yeah.
Very rarely we can say
It has
passive
its
voice.
own special usage.
Yes.
Right. And why then people are so afraid of speaking English? They think that I am always grammatically wrong.
This is wrong approach. If you learn spoken English, grammar is not necessary. Your confidence level is necessary. And you, if one know the grammar, then you should read newspaper or listening English podcast, listening English news in television. This is very much necessary. and speaking in the house, in front of the mirror or speaking to someone else in English. So their English knowledge is very much gained. They gain the English knowledge.
Absolutely. This is amazing. So you were saying more and more speaking. Sometimes you read newspaper.
In newspaper.
You do some grammatical questions and answers.
Yes.
That really helps. Yeah, grammatical exercises. Yeah. So any other things coming in your mind right now which can make spoken English a little comfortable for English learners? Like most of the audience, those who are watching this video right now, like their tendency is to find out a hack or like tell me 5 tips so that I can apply to improve my spoken English. And there is no hack, there are no tips. There is only one thing, as you just mentioned, that speaking. Either in front of a mirror or you get an opportunity to talk like this, have a conversation with
Second tips is reading English book for 1 hour daily. Reading English book is one.
It's very rare these days. Reading for, like, you are talking about any other book apart from textbooks.
Yes.
Like that's very rare. Like students often give a lot of excuses. I have these tuition classes, I have that tuition class. Like no.
But when it is come to learn English, reading English book is very much necessary.
So you have just finished a book.
Yes.
How's your experience? How did it help you?
It helps me very much because it's a pure motivational book, and I learned so many things in which I can applicable in future in my life.
And also, let's say you are talking about any life related topic, you can bring those points from that book. Right? This book basically talks of 4 wheels of life.
4 wheels.
Right? So when you narrate this kind of story while talking about life, that actually gives you more and more confidence. And you feel like talking more because you have a topic. So you are suggesting reading. I'll come back to you. Now I want to ask Devoshmita about reading. As Shagnik said, Shagnik said it brilliantly. He said that reading actually helps you to improve your English. You have finished 3-4 books recently. You are reading another book. You have also shot 2 videos on book review. So it's been an eventful month for you. Like you have done a lot of stuff, but you are still feeling scared in front of camera. So you are not camera friendly like me. So I want to know that please tell us about the benefits of reading when it comes to learning spoken English.
We can improve our pronunciations, and we can learn a lot of new words from it, and also it helps to speaking English and knowing a lot about another things like life related things. We can learn so many really like which happens to our life. We can learn those things, and for spoken English it's a very nice thing to read English books. And
you mentioned the one thing that we learn pronunciation, but don't you think that we can learn pronunciation if we read aloud? Like then you can but it's difficult for a reader to finish a book reading aloud. Like sometimes you can do it. Like
one book is fully contained 300 or 400 pages. The whole book is loudly read is very difficult.
And if we will read loudly, then the content will not go there.
Yes.
So we're just reading, but
so it's a deliberate practice. So let's say you are going to choose first 30 minutes for your pronunciation. So you read the book that way. You are reading the book loudly. And the rest of the time you are reading the book, you are reading silently to understand the main concept. From reading, I would like to jump in another topic. That is, people often complain, Shagnik and Devoshmita, that I don't have enough partners to have a conversation with. Right? They often complain about, most of you complain about this thing that, sir, I don't know whom I should talk to, or I don't get any partner daily to have a conversation with. How can I improve my English? Look, excuses, complaints don't help you. Like when I started learning spoken English, I understood I'm not going to get anybody, and then I started doing my conversation, I called it self-dual conversation. Like I was two-person,
Yes.
right? So when you do that, then you don't need anybody. So Shakti, I want to know, taking responsibility of what I want to improve is the solution, or just fretting over or brooding over things like oh I don't have anybody, how can I improve my English? What do you think?
Taking responsibility in someone is very much important, because in the most of the times we find nothing, because all we are very busy. We do a jobs, so we have academic pressure, so we can get a time to speak anyone else. So my opinion is to speak alone and sometimes in front of the mirror.
You also mentioned it earlier, and this is a very useful technique. Like talking with yourself through mirror. You can look into your eyes.
Yes.
It is
And
you.
it reflects two persons.
Like also
This is me and my persona.
yes, my reflection. So excuse me. So Shagnik, it is also something like when you look into your eyes, you look at your expression. When you are practicing through mirror, you can see how am I speaking. When I'm getting angry, how do I look? When I'm getting sad,
Yes.
how do I look? When I'm speaking excited.
Mirror all reflects our changes.
Yes.
Angry, sad, sadness, anxiety, embarrassment, all.
Most of the time, like when we feel embarrassed, our expression changes, and that looks so funny. And people catch us red-handed. I just want to know. I want to go to Devoshmita here to know that complaining. I hate complainers. Whenever a complainer comes to me and says, "Sir, I don't know how to do it," like so many. Like if you look at a complainer, he has a list of complaints, right?
Excuses.
Endless excuses. Yeah. So I want to know, and it never helps.
Yeah.
Devoshmita. So how do you look at this thing? Like we have also done this kind of sessions over this topic many times off camera, but today it's
On
we are
camera.
We are shooting this video on camera. You are going to say these things. So please help all the viewers out there, those who are watching this video, just kill all their excuses.
See, first of all, excuses never helps us, and most of the Bengalis, they are criticized by their family member and also their friends when
Yes.
they say that I want to speak English with you, and they will say, oh, this kind of expressions from them.
British left India in 1947, but British has left somebody like you. Oh my God, we have still not been able to get rid of a British. So yeah, this kind of comment we often hear.
Yeah, so that's why we don't get the chance to talk. So we should practice by ourselves and improve our skills to show that, see, you were criticizing me one day and now.
And it is more it is more like boosting our confidence than showing our index fingers and letting people know that what I'm doing right now. What I'm basically trying to say here is that it's more about my confidence when I'm able to do something. When I feel like I can't do it, but I'm able to do it, so it's more like that, and less like I have to prove somebody wrong. So don't you think that when, like, how to break fear?
How to break fear.
Fear of anything but spoken English here, like fear of speaking wrong English. Most people know they can't speak right English.
Speak as much as you can, and also don't compare yourself with another one, because you are perfect and no one is totally perfect. So everyone has a something wrong with them.
Yeah. Everyone is unique. So if you compare yourself with others and if you think that why am I not performing like him or her, then you are trying to be like him or her.
Yeah.
You are
And
not trying to be you.
Yes.
This is a type of copy from others.
So what do you say? Like sticking with my own personality is better
Yes.
than
Copy from others.
copying others and become the complete copycat, which is bad. Like becoming copycat for a while to learn something, that's okay.
That's okay. But fully copycat is
Yeah.
very.
Then there is no difference between the person in you.
Yes. So try to be your own personality and speaking English in your own way. You learn English from others, but speaking in your own way, in your own dimension.
Wow. Shagnik, I can't stop myself from asking this question that Devushmita and I agree, both of us agree with the fact that from the very first time when you faced the camera the other day when we were shooting the video, you were so confident. Like I'm not joking, I'm very serious about this. When I faced the camera for the first time, I forgot English. I remember it was like 3 years ago I shot my first video. I looked at the camera lens, I forgot English. I was thinking, like, do I know how to speak English? I was like numb. My hands were trembling. I was shivering. But when I look at you last time, you were so confident. Like you were actually throwing challenges through the camera lens that you don't deserve me. You know. So I just want to know, and everybody wants to know. And guys, if you feel like you are afraid of speaking English in public, we all are speaking English in a different zone, or different atmosphere, or different environment. It happens. Like I have always been confident speaking in English with people, but the first time when I faced camera, I got completely blank. So similarly, when you face outsiders, like let's say you come to my class and you speak English with Shagnik and Devushmita, you face no problem. Like after 2 days you get familiar with them. But if I just put you in public and if I make you face strangers, and if I ask you to speak English, you go blank. But there are people like Shagnik, they never face any problem. So I want to know, Shagnik, I want to know one thing. I think you don't care about what others are thinking about you. Yeah?
Yes.
So please, I just want to know, and everybody wants to know, Devushmita wants to know, Nation wants to know that what's your secret to confidence like this, or fearlessness?
Because when I heard the next day we are shooting a video, I was a little bit of nervous after reaching home. But I try and practice, not shoot video on home, because fear is not. If you show fear in front of the somebody, he thinks that he knows better English and he has no speaking in any time on publicly. So you have trying to confidence and always be positive. And you cannot fear on speaking strangers or somebody.
I want to add something here. You just said that you went home from the class and we discussed the other day that okay, we want to shoot a video. So you said that you were a little bit nervous, right? What kind of practice did you do after reaching home?
But when I saw, I don't practice. I just only reading. When I saw YouTube influencers, like all are doing video.
Yes.
So I thought, what I cannot do in front of camera?
Yes.
What have my fault?
Oh my God. Really? Like this is a nice conversation. We all do conversations with ourselves every single day. As Shagni said, that like what is my fault? That I'm just
all YouTubers are making videos. They have no problem. What is my problem?
Brilliant. So I think most of the time here I want to say something. So most of the time we have a lot of these empowering conversations with ourselves. Whenever we have let's say you are going to face something which is different. You are going to face it for the first time. You are facing it for the first time. So you immediately say, I can't do it. Like you come up with a negative idea that no, I can't do it. But the thing is that you haven't tried it yet. How can you say you can't do it? Right? So that's why I think there are a lot of books available in the market. There are a lot of people, useful people, when you listen to them, when you read their books, they talk about the right things that can be applied in our life to change the current state of our feeling, current state of our emotion. The current state of our feeling and emotion is that we have never faced challenges that can change us. Most of the days you see our life is so mundane and ordinary. So for that reason, what happens? We do not have the habit of facing challenges. So when we are faced with challenges, we don't know what to do. We get exasperated and we feel like, okay, now I need to quit. So same thing happens when we come here for the class. It's a new day, new challenge. But when I would like to go with Shagnik's view or attitude that he doesn't care what others are thinking about him. I just want to know from you, Devoshmita, is it that you are always thinking about what others are thinking about you, or you think that you cannot do it the best way?
I think both 50-50.
Okay.
Because
You're honest.
I'm all time nervous, and some negative thoughts come to my mind, and it always grabs me like this, and I'm forced by something is forcing me that you can't, it will not be done by you. You can, but you can't give your best on this, I think.
Yeah, here we are coming back to that conversation thing, like the kind of conversation we do with ourselves, that determines the kind of life you're gonna have. Like if we have a lot of negative conversations with ourselves, then definitely I'm going to get a lot of negative results in my life. So can you please, I know that whenever you are alone, Devoshmita, you speak English in your head. Like sometimes you are doing that. So can you please tell us the secret so that our viewers can apply to improve their spoken English?
The secret means whenever I'm studying and I'm bored of study, I start to the conversation, and my mother thinks that I'm reading, I'm studying. No,
Okay,
I don't say. It's going on my mind.
Okay.
And my mother thinks that my daughter is studying. She's a very good girl, but I am not
But
studying
she
at
is
all.
on the
What do you say?
No,
Yeah.
but I'm not studying the particular thing.
Yeah.
she is the other world.
She's in the other
dimension.
world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that really helps. Shagni, do you ever do this kind of inner conversation in your head, or kind of, I always say, think in English helps more than translations. What do you say about this?
Yes, this is very much important, because when you thinking in a topic, so your head is, your mind is thought what is the solution, what is the problem in our society. So this is an inner conversation is very much important. Most of the times we have not somebody to speak with his or her. So inner conversation on any topic. This is kind of sports, politics, environment, global. This is very much important.
So basically, you are fond of reading newspapers.
Yes.
So let's say you have got a new idea or new topic that you like ponder over, meaning you are giving some thought to it. Then you definitely have a conversation in your head.
Yes.
So I recommend guys that whenever you are having any conversation in your head and you are doing it consciously, if you are learning spoken English, if you want to learn spoken English, please do that in English. Change your default language, because the more we think about English, speak in English, read English, the chances gets more and more high to learn English fast. Am I right?
Yes.
I want to know how's the family environment or like your home environment right from your childhood, because I see a lot of culture going here and there in your
Yes.
childhood, in your life. When I listen to you, look at you, you are a good singer, you are a good commentator, you are what not, right? So I want to know that that background. Could you please take us a tour of your childhood or the entire environment in your family or in your house?
I was born into a middle class family in the year of 2006.
Wow. Like I'm reading a biography. Sorry. Okay, you carry on. Nice to hear that. Brilliant.
Then in class 1, I admitted in Taki Ramkrishna Mission. Then I read class 4 to there, and class 5 we moved to the another building, and this is high school of Taki Ramkrishna Mission. We read here, their teachers are very much humble and supported us always. My family has a very much contribution. My family is a very much supportive. What I have do, my family have a full support. My mother is a professional singer, Rabindra Sangit, and my father is a businessman.
We have a lot of money. No, I'm joking, but I'm seriously joking. Yeah, so it was a brief introduction about you and your family background. Like you said that your mother has always been very supportive, and that's a nice thing. When you get a supportive
Supportive
family and parents, then you actually understand that yes, now I need to continue it further, and I can like capitalize it, right? So Shagnik, one thing that I want to go from here to another realm of this discussion is you are a huge cricket fan. And cricket certainly helps you. Devashmita is letting off the heavy shy. Oh my God! Again, cricket. So yeah, it's cricket. Devashmita. Cricket is the one of the religions in India, right? And that is followed by millions and billions of people. All right. So no, it's going to be a brief discussion about cricket, which can help us to improve our spoken English. Cricket commentary nowadays is done in so many languages. If you look at Hotstar or Geo Cinema, they are bringing cricket in so many different languages. English is one of them. English has always been the predominant language for cricket commentary. I want to know how can you improve your English, spoken English, by listening to cricket commentary?
Learning English commentary by watching the cricket is very much important. Because when you speak the ball, how much is swing, how the batsman hits the six in the ball, they said in a different way, different times. It helps us to know something about cricket. In these days, the commentary is done in many languages: Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali. But English commentary is a different tradition. This is all. Recently, IPL have finished. The English commentary is done. Full English team is nominated by the ICC panel. They have coverage all the IPL match, and if a proper brief this description of every ball, what would happen. This is very much important to one's life by watching cricket commentaries, and applicable in home is.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shagnik, for your valuable opinion on this. That cricket commentary really helps us. No, I'm serious. That cricket commentary really helps us. He's a die-hard fan of cricket, and
Not cricket, I see all the sports.
Wow.
Kabaddi, football, cricket, tennis. I have all knowledge on sports.
Yes, so he wears many hats, by the way. Like, he sings, he watches sports, he takes serious interest in sports, he wants to be a lawyer, he is learning spoken English, he is doing commentary, what not, right? So now I want Devashmita to answer a very important question for it. I think a lot of listeners or viewers right now, they are watching this video and they are thinking that, yes, I think the most important thing that is important for all of us is listening when it comes to speaking English. Movies, English TV shows, and podcasts, especially, they play huge role when it comes to learning English. I want to know, if you watch any kind of podcast, if you can think of any podcast channel, or if you can think of any TV shows, or if you can think of any news channel, movies that you would like to recommend to all the people out there watching this video, please. Recommend, or how much it is
You
important.
watching movies then.
Yeah, how much it is important to listen to this kind of shows, or
Listen to this kind of shows are very important because first of all we can learn fluent English, and also we can, like, from the podcast we can learn a lot of things, and like, if we are having this kind of conversation, podcasts always help us, and it also helps us about so many social things. So listening is very important, and movies are also important because sometimes we get bored by those gyans. So for enjoyment, movies are important, and from
Hollywood movies.
I don't know. I don't see movies. So, and news are also news is very important in our daily life to get the whole news about the world and
Updated to be
update. And so news is important. But what I do, I see cartoons.
wow.
I have a topic.
Sure.
I have a question to you.
Okay.
In these days, all the, you know that this is an adolescence period. All the, if you say girls and men are involved into an relationships. So they cannot concentrate their studies. So what do you think? What is the ideal age of relationship, and what is the benefit after getting relationship? What is its effect?
So stealing the microphone, not too much question. I'm done.
Dear auntie and uncle, I'm addressing Shagnik's mother and father, and special timestamp in the description. I will send that stamp to Shagnik's parents on their WhatsApp, because look at your son, the kind of questions he's asking. And he's saying that adolescent period, he's saying involved. I was thinking, who are you talking about? Who's that person who is involved? But thank you so much, Shagnik. Jokes apart, uncle and auntie.
This is a very important question in this.
Absolutely, no, I was joking, but yes, uncle and auntie, if you're watching this video, Shagnik is a very good boy. Shagnik doesn't have any girlfriend right now. Probably he's not thinking about all this, or he is, I don't know. But let's answer your question. So Shagnik, one thing I really want to tell you is that when you are talking about an adolescent or not a child, but a student between the age 12 to 18. Um, this period is a very volatile period. Why? Because we take a lot of decisions based on feelings and less on logics, right? So, excuse me, I'm getting nervous. So by the time we have logic, we understand that okay, the decision I took, it was wrong, and when you are, by the time you are thinking about it, then it's too late, right? So what I'm saying is that your question was so amazing. You said instead of focusing on your studies and work, you are going to get involved in relationship. Relationship is the thing, and like when you catch cold and when you fall in love, both time you don't know when it's going to happen, right? Clap for me if it was amazing. So like relationship is like that. When you fall in love with somebody, you really don't know, and when you are going to catch a cold, you really don't know. So there are two words, malaria and lavaria. So malaria is happened when mosquitoes sting you. Lavaria happens when any girl and boy stings you. All right. So anyway, here let's talk about whether it's doable or not, like whether you should do it or not. I would say it's up to you. Like, who am I to preach? But on a moral ground, I would say you should be taking care of your strength, and your strength is your education. Your strength is your real love that comes from your parents. Looking for love outside means you lack it. Your parents don't, maybe you are not, your parents love you a lot, but you are not able to find it out. You are not spending much time or a lot of time with your parents. And find out real relationships where there is no trade. If you look at the relationship these days, you see most of the relationship is like business, give and take, right? And body-based relationship during this time, 12 to 18. A lot of high emotions go across our body, and we do not understand how to channelize it, so we fall for the other person. You can fall for knowledge, you can fall for any skill, right? So when you fall for skill and knowledge, you are proud of yourself. When you fall for anybody, you regret after a certain point. All right, things that initially give you a lot of pleasure, detrimental for you after some time. So I can talk about this for hours, days, Shagnik. I'm not a relationship expert, but I have broken my heart many times. Thank you. I think this is the right time to stop this video. Like we have done
Let's
enough
move
discussion.
to
Okay, sure.
In these days, people are seeking for happiness, and they cannot achieve this happiness. So what do you think? What is the real happiness? And what one can achieve this happiness?
Okay, before I answer to this question, I would like to get your view on this.
In these days, what people is done, they think that they felt happy when they scored a better result and they get a job. They think that they are very happy. But when one cannot achieve it, but cannot do the job, they think that what they have done in all their life. So they cannot achieve happiness. And one can achieve happiness by feeding poor in the streets. Their contribution towards society, social contribution.
Yeah, I really appreciate whatever you said. I want to get Deboshmita's point on here, or view on here, that what do you think about real happiness versus fake happiness?
I have told you many times. we are doing a job daily, and we are happy in that. We are enjoying that job, and there are some like some activities which we actually love and which makes us happy. Like we all have so many things in our life, and we are unique. We all are unique and different from others. So our happiness is like different from others.
Like to find my uniqueness gives me the real happiness.
Yeah.
So since Shagnik asked me this question, so I hold myself responsible to answer this question. Shagnik, first of all, I would like to point what is not real happiness.
Fake happiness.
Fake happiness. Yes. So what is not real happiness or what is fake happiness? I just want to point out that. So the fake happiness is that which makes you feel more and more like you get fake happiness when you see that you are basically getting that happiness from wrong means. What I mean by that is fake happiness comes when you are doing something that is not worth doing. Let's say you want to get happiness from making a reels because others are making reels and you are in the comparison. You are in the competition. You feel that I'm in the competition. If I don't make reels, then I'll be left behind or left out. And you are doing it because you want to get happiness. It's a fake happiness. You are not going to get any lasting happiness. On the other hand, if you learn a skill like today, when we are talking, we are doing the real job. Despite your nervousness or despite whatever you have, I really don't know the obstacles you had. Like I could not sleep last night well, so now I feel a little drowsy. But or despite the outside noise, right? We are doing this video, so it's not. It's fun, of course, but it's not easy. But we are making this thing easy, and after 1 hour, when we look at our achievement, we look at our work. Oh my God! From 8 to 10, we did a podcast. We spoke English, and throughout the day, we feel confident. We feel happy because our day has passed with a lot of positive activities. That's called real happiness. So let me draw the difference between fake happiness and real happiness. Fake happiness is the happiness that you get from the wrong means, which is easy to get, like buy something and you spend some money on something, you buy something. That's a fake happiness. Real happiness, you make something. Like Deboshmita has made a YouTube channel and she's going to upload videos. It's a lot of work.
This is real happiness.
This is real happiness because it is coming from real hard
Also,
work.
real happiness is permanent, and fake happiness is temporary.
Yes. Okay, that's it. Okay, if Shagnik, you have any question.
In these days, people are sometimes is very angry on any subject. What is the reason behind their anger? Is this they are mentally depressed? Is this any other reason? People are very much angry in this time.
Shagnik, it's a very important question, and I had this issue when I was a teenager. I was going through the adolescent period. I had this issue. I was an angry kid. I was a ill-tempered, short-tempered adolescent and teenager, and I regret for that. I would shout at my mother many times for trivial things, and I've got such a mother who never talked to me in a rough way. She has never been a rough mother. She has always been a polite, tolerable mother. And sometimes when I think of my past, I feel crying. I don't know. But I've gone through it, guys. If you are going through this problem, anger is a dangerous thing. I've studied anger all my life since I realized that it is destroying me. Let's talk about where does anger come from. Anger comes from a desire. And anger is the result of unfulfilled desire. Let me explain. Let's say you have a desire to look at the things in a certain way. For an example, let's say,
To win the trophy.
let me give you the example. Let's say you had a desire to eat noodles with cucumber, and your mother served you the noodles without cucumber. You had the desire to eat noodles with cucumber. So as soon as you get the noodles, plate of noodles, you get angry because the cucumber was missing. So you had a desire, and your mother failed to fulfill your desire. So desire is a problem. But you could have changed that situation by simply leaving that place and bring the cucumber, cut it, chop it, and use it. But you didn't do that. So your unfulfilled desire plus laziness made you angry, and you threw that anger on your mother, and the entire episode got toxic. I read this. I have a book recommendation on this. You can find the book on the screen right now. It's by Swami Mukundananda. I have read 5 books written by this individual. This individual has saved me from anger. It is coming from Gita, okay, and this wisdom is coming from Gita. I'm a huge fan of Gita. I read Gita every now and then, like twice, thrice, sometimes 4 times a week. I read Gita, and it has helped me a lot. Excuse me. So you can find the book on your screen right now, and also you get the link in the description, so check it out. So anger destroys. Anger should be controlled. How can you control anger? You can control anger by understanding where is the anger coming from. All right, because when you look back, then you regret. So anger, and I can
Sometimes
And one particular quote that I've got here by Aristotle, the Greek philosopher and polymath. So he said that anyone can become angry, that is easy. But to be angry with the right person at the right time and for the right purpose, in the right way, that is not within everyone's power, and that is not easy. I think Aristotle sums up everything about anger. So getting angry is easy, but whom I'm getting angry with, at what place I'm getting angry, or so many other stuffs, the filters that you have to put when you are getting angry, that is very important. So yeah, that's my version. Thank you.
what is the view on Devoshmita in this topic?
In today's situation, anger is a very common thing because we are very much impatient because we have the technology, we have the easiest life, so we can't accept the hard thing or the activities, the like works. So whenever we have to do something, and that's making us like low energy, we become angry.
Yeah.
Over our parents, sometimes over our friends. So that's why this generation is suffering with the anger issue, and they actually don't know how to control it. Or
Yes.
if they know the answer, they don't try to do it. Yes.
That's true. Yeah, I have another
Let's move another.
I have another point. And I have to share another point on this because it is unavoidable. I can avoid it. It's like social media, of course. Like we browse short content, short form content a lot, and that is creating a lot of irritation in us, and we are getting more and more irritable. We are not able to tolerate that is boring, that takes time. Most of the problems that occur in life, they are boring. They are basically, they take a lot of time to be solved. So for that reason, I think it is important that we stop watching more and more short content, and we spend more and more time in doing things that are hard, that's not easy. Less consumption of social media can helps us to reduce the anger issue that this current generation is facing right now.
My another question is, you see that in these days our technology has increased, and these days are full of IT and artificial intelligence. My question is, what is the benefit by using artificial intelligence? Another is humans' activities will be decreased by artificial intelligence, and what will you see in your eye the future of world?
Wow. Thank you so much, Shagnik. It's a brilliant question. Appreciate I appreciate a lot. Now, guys, what I'm gonna say based on my research, I've studied, and that's what I'm gonna say. You can also take your smartphone and search what I'm gonna say. Don't just go with my sentence. I may be wrong, but I'm sharing my opinion. Just look at it this way, that I'm speaking English and you're listening to it. It's not about the data, it's more about language, okay? So, artificial intelligence. First of all, you are talking about, can human intelligence compete with artificial intelligence?
Human activities will be decreased.
Yeah, first of all, we need to understand that machine always has its own role. You make a machine so that you can save humans energy, right? So I create a machine so that I can help human beings to spend less and less time in the most useless work. Like if you want to sharpen a pencil, and if you use any blade or any kind of thing like that to sharpen like this, it takes hours, right? And also when you have done with the sharpening the pencil, then it's not perfect. That's why a sharpener was invented. When you put your pencil in the sharpener and you roll it, and then you get the perfect cutout of pencil, right? So that eases humans' hard work and labor. So that's the role of every technology. Now, if you look at our day and age, you see that we are using technology for everything, and that's the problem. Like if you are using technology for everything, then you are not able to apply your ability to make your life better, and at the same time you feel that you are getting more and more technology dependent, and you feel less confident, you feel less active, you feel less energetic. So guys, what I'm trying to say here is that Shagnik's question is a very important question. Of course, humans cannot compete with artificial intelligence, but what humans can do that artificial intelligence cannot do, and that is at the level of feeling. Like let's say Devoshmita is crying for a particular thing that she's not telling us, but we can understand why she's crying for. Maybe that is a silent, unspoken thing just happened, and she's crying for that thing. Humans can understand. It's a non-verbal communication. But if you ask AI to understand this, AI needs a coding, a language to understand this. So what AI applies on easing Devoshmita's pain, if AI applies the same coding on easing your pain, it would be wrong. Because what technology doesn't discriminate between Devoshmita and Shagnik. For technology, Shagnik and Devoshmita, they are same based on their anger, based on their upset, right? So technology applies the same algorithm, and it doesn't work uniquely. So for that reason, what humans can do at the level of emotion, that can never be done by any AI right now. I don't know about future.
What will you see the future of the world?
I see the future of the world more and more easy world. I can see people are working less, like menial work. They are not using their limbs, their body.
People becomes more lazy.
Of course, but people are going to get a lot of time, more time than now, to utilize that.
Cannot utilize.
That is the very subjective matter. Like it depends upon the individual. If I've got a lot of time because of technology, then I have to make the most out of that time. How I'm gonna do that, that's up to me, right? So that's what I want to say. What do you think about this? Do you have any point? Okay. So today, guys, I'm going to end this video here. I want to hear how have you guys enjoyed today's podcast, and are you looking forward to having another one?
Yes, I enjoyed this video very much. We have enjoyed very much. We jokes, fun, and discussing the serious matters in our daily life. So I desire would shoot another podcast video or another video in the next time. See you.
Oh, great. Devoshmita?
First of all, I was very nervous when the camera was open, and then I get free and started to talk freely and enjoyed the whole today's session. And yeah, want another podcast.
Another podcast, why not? So guys, hope you like today's video. If you do, please hit the like button and make sure that my channel is subscribed by you, because that's important, guys. Your incessant support makes me feel confident to make videos like this, because a lot of effort goes into making a video and uploading it and making thumbnail and so many things like that. I have to do it for you because I care for you, your English and your communication skill. I just want to add some value to your life through my videos. Till then, you take care and watch all the videos that are there on my channel.
Until next time.
Yeah, until next time, you take care. Bye.
See you. Bye.
See you.